I just wanna let you in. Let's take control.
Hey guys, welcome back. Or if you're new here, welcome. Hello, my name is Samantha and it's great to have you. Today's video is going to be something a bit different. I have been getting requests so frequently to do a video on the law of attraction. So that is going to be the topic of today's video, as you guys can tell by the title. And I just want to preface this with, I am no expert in the law of attraction. I don't think anybody could possibly be an expert in the law of attraction. But I do wholeheartedly believe that the quality of life I have currently is thanks to my ability to harness the law of attraction and positive thinking. So if you're somebody who has been looking to improve the quality of your life, the quality of your mental health, the quality of your surroundings, then this could be the video for you. But if you're somebody who thinks that the law of attraction is just a gimmick, a phase, some sort of like trendy new thing that people are jumping onto because it makes them sound cool, then just simply don't feel obligated to watch this video. This is strictly a message for the people who believe in the law of attraction and are looking to learn more. So if that's not you, that's totally fine. You can just skip over this video, go watch my other content, and it's fine. I'll see you next week when I upload something unrelated to the law of attraction. I figured I would just give you guys a little bit of background information on how the law of attraction came into my life. So many years ago, one of my ex-boyfriends was given the book The Secret by his mother, and he got it, he flipped through it, and he wasn't like really that interested in it. So I was like, well, I would like to see it, you know, like, let's see what's going on here. To be honest with you guys, I really don't recall much of what they had said in the book. However, the general message resonated with me, and since that point, I've definitely had the law of attraction and the power of positive thinking in the back of my mind. So that was my first introduction. Since that point, I would say that the most valuable resource I've come across would be Abraham Hicks. They have videos on YouTube you can watch, as well as books you can purchase. I have their book entitled Ask and It Is Given, and I haven't finished it, but it's amazing. And whenever I post snippets of it on Snapchat, my Snapchat's right here, by the way, so feel free to add me, people go crazy. Like, I always get so many screenshots on those posts. So this is obviously something you guys have a lot of interest in, so I'm very excited to share my tips and tricks with you guys. So whether you're somebody who's just stumbled across my channel and are curious as to how I get whatever I want, or you're a long-term follower who knows that I practice the law of attraction, this video is going to be very beneficial for you because I'm going to be sharing my top 3 secrets to manifesting. These are things that I think everybody should be doing whether or not they believe in the law of attraction, because honestly, they are great practices nonetheless. So I have broken it down into 3 categories. As I had said, I do have some notes on my phone, so if you see me looking down, I'm just referencing those. But the categories I have for you guys today are mindset, behavior, and reminders. These are all very important ingredients to successfully manifesting and practicing the law of attraction. However, they are not the only ingredients, so I would love to share the others with you, and if you're excited to learn about those, please do give me a thumbs up and leave a comment down below so I know that that's something you guys want to hear about. So the first category we are going to tackle is reminders. I think that with all of the distractions we have in our world today, it is very easy to get your priorities mixed up. It is easy to say, I'm too busy to do X, Y, Z, whatever the case may be. We are full of excuses as human beings, and as I said, we are surrounded by distractions all the time. When it comes to reminders, I think that the best way to get yourself in the right mindset for manifestation is to set your phone background to something you want. As you guys can see, this is a woman in a bathtub, a very beautiful clawfoot bathtub, looking at the Eiffel Tower. I want to go to Paris for my birthday or a little bit beforehand, so every time I look at my phone, I'm seeing the Eiffel Tower. I am visualizing me being there with this view. And every time I look at my phone, I get the good feeling like, oh my gosh, this is coming to me. I'm going to be in Paris soon. I'm going to be having an amazing time, relaxing, drinking a non-alcoholic beverage in a beautiful clawfoot tub. Like, as soon as you look at your phone, the positive feelings are going to come rushing to you. So if you're somebody who is visual, this is a very good tip for you. Set your background to whatever it is you want. If you want to reach a certain body goal, you can put a photo of that body on your phone. If you want a certain item like a handbag or a car or a house, put the item that you want as your background so that when you see that photo, you feel like it's already yours. It's in the palm of your hand, so it's as good as yours. That's the mindset that you need to have attached to it. So having that reminder every time you look at your phone is very, very good, and it's just an instant way to boost your vibration. Now, number 2, also related to your phone, also related to photos, I would highly suggest having a folder on your phone with images of all the things you want in your life. Now, again, that can range from a car to a certain body type to a dog to literally anything. Have that in a folder on your phone. I have this, as well as I have my Tumblr blog, which I see as just a mass collection of all the things I want in life. So it's beautiful trips, it's good food, it's looking good, it's feeling good. Everything I post on my Tumblr is essentially a vision board for me. So if you don't follow me already, please do, because everything that you see there is just very good vibes. I really enjoy Tumblr because the community I'm in constantly is showing me more inspiration for things I want in my life. So I'm constantly expanding my vibration. Hopefully that doesn't sound too hippie for some of you, but I'm constantly just like wanting more, and not in a materialistic way, just, you know, I want to strive for more in my life. So I think Tumblr is great for that. You can also do that on Instagram with the save photo feature. You can just have yourself a little folder called manifestations, or things that are mine, or things that I want, whatever the case may be. And if you're ever unmotivated, depressed, hopeless, go into that folder and look at all of those amazing things. And while your first initial reaction to seeing those things may be, I don't have them yet, this is upsetting, I'm gonna click off and be mad, you need to think a little bit beyond that and imagine what it's going to be like when you have that thing you want in your life. Anything that you set your mind to and that you can vibrationally match can be yours. So yes, if you have a photo of a Ferrari on your phone and you look at it every day and you say, that's nice, but I don't think I'm ever going to reach that point, you're not going to reach that point. It's as simple as that. You need to see that photo, see it drive down the street and be like, wow, that's amazing. That's a gorgeous car. I can imagine how I'd look in that car, or how I'd feel behind a steering wheel, or the photos I would take in my car, or whatever the case may be. You need to have a positive feeling attached to that photo. So as soon as you can reach the point where you can see something you want and be excited about it instead of sad that you don't have it right this second, then you're going to be on a fast track to manifesting. Because the more resistance you put out there, the more angst you have for not currently holding this possession, the harder it is going to be to actually have it come to you. So get excited, get happy, be thankful. And that's a major part of the mindset portion that I will be discussing shortly. But I do have a couple more reminders for you guys. Since you're going to be on your phone for a good portion of the day, I would highly suggest setting reminders in your phone. Like, actually go into the reminder section and set yourself a reminder for either every day, every hour, twice a day, whatever you feel would be suitable for you, and input an affirmation that you know will make you feel good. You need to have something that when you see it, you get excited. You don't just instantly swipe away the notification. So for example, you could have something like, I'm grateful that all of my bills are paid off. Even if they aren't paid off, have that feeling. I have no bills, I have no outstanding balances. That feels great. Or if you're not ready to take it that far, you could have an affirmation that says, I'm so thankful that I am working on paying off my bills. So if you're somebody who can't fathom at the moment being in a position where all of your bills are paid or all of your debt is gone, then just take small steps and say, I'm thankful I'm paying off my bills. I'm thankful I paid off my electricity bill. And it doesn't have to strictly be related to monetary or physical items. It could be things along the lines of, I'm so thankful I'm surrounded by loving people, or I'm so happy that my health is in good standing. These are things that many of us, if we were asked what we're grateful for, we would of course acknowledge. However, on a daily basis, we don't really think of them. So if you can take that 10 to 20 seconds every day to look at your reminder and actually think, yeah, like I'm doing good, like I'm doing this and I'm very proud of it, or I'm so happy that these people are in my life. Having that reminder every single day that you do have things to be grateful for and proud of really helps shift your mindset from a one of lacking and depression to thankfulness and gratefulness, which is so important for the law of attraction. You can't attract good things if you're feeling bad. It's as simple as that. And while I wish I could tell you that you could be feeling terrible and still have amazing things come to you, it just really is not realistic. And if you want it to be successful, you do need to tie mindset into your reminders, which is why these are the 3 pillars I've chosen to talk to you guys about today. One of my final reminders that I would highly suggest is to take sticky notes or pieces of paper or even pieces of tape and write affirmations on them and put them around your house. Number 1 choice would be on your mirror, so that when you look in the mirror and you see yourself, you associate yourself with good things. So if you're somebody who's struggling with body image, you can put I'm beautiful or I look good today. Whatever compliment you would want somebody to give you, put that on your mirror. If you get stressed out when you look at your bank balance on your computer, put a sticky note and say abundance is on its way, $sign, $sign. Whatever you need to hear, tell yourself that. It is so important in the areas that you will be more or less triggered into a negative frame of mind. So again, if you have negative self-image, looking in a mirror would be very difficult. If money is a problem, looking at your bank balance might stress you out. If you don't like your environment, just looking around your room might stress you out. So wherever your problem is, make sure that you take that opportunity to reaffirm that that's not your end game and that there's better things coming. The worst thing you can do is look at a situation and be pissed off about it. Granted, anger is warranted in a lot of instances. However, if you marinate on that feeling for too long, you're going to get stuck in it. So of course, you can put little reminders all over your house to remind you to be grateful and happy and thankful, but putting them in places that you know will trigger you to have a negative mindset will be the best way to maintain a positive vibration. And that is going to segue into the second pillar, which is mindset, which is so important. Honestly, it could be the very most important aspect to the law of attraction, because if your mind is not right, nothing else in your life is going to be right. So being aware of negative thoughts, negative self-talk, and negative self-image is crucial, because as I'd mentioned previously, if you're thinking bad things, you're not going to be living good things. It's really as simple as that. So you need to be very aware of the things that will change your mindset to a negative one, and you need to do what you can to counteract those. You need to either remove yourself from the situation, you need to look at it objectively without emotion, or you need to have a different perspective on it. Being aware of negative thoughts and how they make you feel is paramount to the law of attraction. I think of it in a sense that if you were out for dinner and you ordered salmon for dinner and you're eating your salmon and you start feeling sick, like very ill, are you going to continue to eat your salmon? If you're in tune with your body and with your mind and you're realizing, hey, the connection between the two of them not going so well right now, let's make a change, let's order the pasta instead. If you can make that decision when it comes to things outside of the restaurant, such as thoughts and feelings, you're not going to continue to eat something that's making you feel sick. So similarly, do not be thinking thoughts that make you feel sick, because plenty of people do experience that. They think negative things, they think very bad about themselves, and then they do have physical symptoms associated with those thoughts, but they're not connecting them. So they're thinking terrible things and they're feeling terrible, but they're not drawing the line between the two, which is a big problem, because when you realize how your thoughts and your feelings affect you physically and mentally, of course, then it will be so much easier to manifest, because you will know that when I'm not feeling good, I'm probably not thinking good either, and that means something can change. Can you instantly change how you feel? Can you instantly think away a headache? No, but you can take small steps in relieving the headache. So I would say it's the exact same approach for manifestation. If you realize that your mindset is negative, you don't need to go from feeling depressed, anxious, hopeless to elated and joyful, whatever. There's a middle ground here, and there are steps to take along the way. So you need to find something to make you feel better. Even if it's just a small improvement, that improvement will compound and you will get where you want to be. But if you get too comfortable in the mindset of negativity and lack, then you're going to have a problem, because that is where you're going to stay. And I don't think any human being is like, yeah, let me just suffer mentally, physically, financially, emotionally for the rest of my existence. Probably not happening. So you need to be very aware of your thoughts and how they make you feel. When you're thinking good things, how do you feel? When you're thinking negatively, how do you feel? You need to assess this. So essentially, you just need to be in tune with yourself. So the very last category in my manifestation tips and tricks is going to be behavior. Behavior is also extremely important when it comes to your success, because if you're thinking one thing but doing the exact opposite in your day-to-day life, there's going to be a disconnect between the two, and you're not going to be on the path you want long term. So I personally think that a complementary practice to do with the previous 2 points I've made is to act as if. If you're a positive person, this will be super easy for you. However, if you're just getting into the law of attraction, or you're somebody who suffers from a very negative mentality, you're probably going to want to save this to be one of your last steps. Basically, acting as if is exactly as it sounds. You act as if what you want is already yours. The most concrete example I can give to you guys just off the top of my head, and I can do a story time about this if you so desire, is 1 month I had decided I want to manifest $10,000. And I was thinking, that's kind of bold. Obviously, $10,000 is a lot of money, but I was thinking, you know what? Like, I've had crazier things happen in my life. So I wrote myself a check for $10,000 and I put it in my wallet, like right where I would see it every time I opened it. So basically, every time I went to go for my Visa or my debit card, I was like, you know what? If I need the $10,000, it's there. But luckily my bank balance is okay right now. We don't need it, but I've got the $10,000 just in case. And this is how I thought about it. Every time I would go out shopping, whether it was like for groceries or for clothing or whatever, I'd be like, you know, I've got $10,000 in the bank. I could really get whatever I want right now. And as contradictory as it may sound, having that thought in my head made me be more aware of what I was spending my money on. But it also put me in the mindset that, yeah, if I want something, I can have it. It's as simple as that. And I only did that maybe 2 or 3 times, and I manifested $10,000. So that was really crazy to me. It came to me so quick and with literally almost no effort. Like, I thought about it, I acted as if for a couple days, maybe a week, and then it manifested. So acting as if is something that I would highly recommend if you can do that mentally. I understand that it requires a lot of mental work to get to that place, so don't feel bad if you aren't at that point yet. Just work towards it. And one of the ways you can work towards it is doing gratitude lists. So every day, either at the start or the end of the day, and both if you're capable, you should be writing down a list of as many things as you can that you're thankful for. It could be either things that happened that day or just things in your life in general. And just like I had mentioned with my reminders, these are things you need to have an emotional connection to. So if you're writing down, I'm thankful that I have heat in my house, but you really couldn't care less that you have heat in your house, even though you should, because that is something to be grateful for, don't write that down. The things you write on your gratitude list need to be things that you're genuinely thankful for. If you got a free upsize on your coffee at Starbucks, or a free coffee at Starbucks, or you found $20 on the ground, or you completed all of your goals for the day, write these things down. If you think about something and you can feel that warmness in your heart and you smile, then you know that that's something that you are actually grateful for, and it should go on your list. And trust me, I understand that there are plenty of days where people just have like everything go wrong in their life and they feel like there's not a single thing to be grateful for. But I think that those days are the most important days to do your gratitude list. Because while you may be feeling super negative at the moment, if you're able to think of things that bring you joy, 1, you're raising your vibration, 2, you're being grateful, and 3, chances are you're not going to be as pissed off as you were before you started your list. So definitely consider doing a gratitude list every single day. If you can, like I said, do it more than once. If you have a gratitude list that you're like very proud of, what I've been doing recently is putting them on my fridge. So every day when I wake up and I go into my fridge to get my spa water or my whatever, I look at my list and I see, oh, I'm so thankful I'm in good health. I'm so grateful I have good friends. I'm so happy that my plants are healthy and I have a beautiful place to live. Like things like that. Writing down the little things that you're grateful for every single day will impact your mood substantially, and again, will raise your vibration so that good things can come to you. Because when you're saying, I love what I have, I'm so happy, the universe, creator, God, whatever you personally believe in, realizes, hey, you like this, you're responding well to this, I'll give you more of it. So that's why being grateful is so important, because if you're given amazing things but you're really unmoved by them, then you might as well just not have them, right? Because if you don't care, if they're not impacting you, then they can be gone and you would be fine, right? So implement gratitude and gratitude lists. So those are my top 3 suggestions for conquering the law of attraction. If you guys already do any of these, I would love to know. So please do leave me a comment down below, and also feel free to DM me on Snapchat. I love talking to you guys about law of attraction. So definitely hit me up there or on Instagram or wherever you feel comfortable, because I could talk for hours about this stuff. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it. I appreciate you. I'm grateful for the fact that you have chosen to watch my video and have hopefully watched it all the way through. And I will see you in the next one.